On this episode of Did Y'all See, we discuss Cam Newton's questionable remarks, Tina Campbell on Christianity and Trump, and Tyrese's restraining order. Get into all this tea on Did Y'all See. Welcome to Did Y'all See? I'm Tiffany M. Battle, and I'm here with my girls, Miss Danae B. and Aviella Moore. We wanted to take a moment to address the senseless violence that took place in Las Vegas this week at an outdoor country festival. A lone gunman opened fire on the crowd, killing 58 and leaving over 500 people wounded. This was the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. We at Did Y'all See send our love and prayers to the families of the victims and to everyone affected by this horrific tragedy. Gun violence is a major problem in our country, and it's due time that we ask for common sense and action from our elected officials to ensure that this never happens again. Okay, ladies, did y'all see y'all boy Cam Newton in his latest press conference where a woman reporter asked him a question about, the plays and something to do with routes?
You take a lot of pride in seeing your receivers play well. Devin Funchess has seemed to really embrace the physicality of his routes and getting those extra yards. Does that give you a little bit of an enjoyment to see him kind of truck sticking people out there?
It's funny to hear a female talk about routes.
So, weigh in. What do you guys think about his comment, first of all? Was it funny? And what do we think? Is this a sexist comment, or are we making too much of a big deal about it?
I feel like Cam probably doesn't realize that it was a sexist comment because his intention when he was answering the question or giving his remark wasn't from that place, but it shows the underlying problem that there's not many women in this industry, in sports journalism, and it's showing that they don't, if there is a woman in that spot, they're not really taking them seriously. And they're like, oh, this girl really does know about, this female really knows about football.
But does she really know what that right receiver was doing during his routes?
I mean, I think if she's in the question, she's in the room, so she asked the question.
She has to be there. It's her job. That was her assignment for the day.
But the assumption should be, you know what? She might know what she's talking about.
It shouldn't even be might. Why is there this double standard, and why are we generalizing that all women don't know about football?
So I just want to know, are we making a big deal about it? Because we have a president currently in the office that spoke about grabbing women by the cho-cha.
And shooting paper towels into the crowd. So.
But I guess I'm just saying, like, some of y'all have elected a president that is the most sexist man that I've probably ever met and seen. Are we making, is this a big deal for Cam? Is it because I don't like to do this? Is it because he's black? Is it because he's an athlete that we're like making a whole this is a big deal right now. Like social media is going crazy over it.
I really think it's just being blown out of proportion.
And that's why it will continue, because no one takes the little incidents seriously. We got to take everything. That's like why Trump is in office right now.
No, it's a nitpick sometimes. Like, if it was
to refine.
I mean, I don't know much about football, but if it was a white player, would it be this deep?
If it was a white woman, he said it too.
No, it would not be this deep. It would not. It would not. We would not be focused on it. We are focused on the wrong things, as usual.
Yeah. We want you guys to weigh in. Let us know, is Cam Newton being a sexist, or are we just taking this comment all out of proportion? Let us know in the comments below. Did y'all hear Tina Campbell voted for Donald Trump? Well, in a recent interview between Campbell and The Root, Tina sat down and shocked a few people with the admission that she voted for y'all boy, Donald Trump.
I chose based on my faith. I didn't really like either one of the candidates, if I could just be honest. But it was two people that had a chance of winning, and so I voted based on my faith. Do I agree with everything that's being done and being said? No. Do I promote and advocate any of that? No. And do I choose to give any more of my time to anybody who has an opinion about my right to vote and to who I vote for and what behind it? Not at all.
So are y'all shocked about this, that Tina Campbell voted for Donald Trump?
I'm not shocked. I'm shocked that she admitted it.
Yeah.
Because, like, who comes out as a black woman
at this point
that you voted for Donald Trump? It took me the longest time to just admit that I have a crush on Cisco. So, and that was frivolous. So I kudos to Tina being bold enough to say that. But, like, what Christian values? Like, that's where I'm lost at. She didn't list those. What Christian values?
I'm lost as to why we're talking about. Why are we talking about this?
Because it's recent, and her sister, Erica, tried to defend her and say she didn't. But they had to bring out the receipts, like right here and section right here. She said, like, it's a thing.
She's not the only one. Y'all remember during the campaign, there was a couple.
The sisters.
Then there was Steve Harvey and Kanye and everybody meeting with Trump. But I haven't heard them say anything about him lately. But so I'm like, why are we talking about?
Because they have a show coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, is this what this is?
This is their final season of the Marys.
Listen, Tammy Roman said it the best. Girl, you ain't see the shackles, like you ain't get released from the shackles. Like why? Why are you putting shackles back on? You're supposed to vote the other way. Like I don't understand. So
I'm not shocked that she voted for him though, at all. A lot of people voted for him.
Obviously, because he's in office.
A lot of people that are friends voted for him secretly.
Did you vote for him?
No, I didn't. It wasn't me. It definitely wasn't me.
Let me just be clear.
it's just like a lot of things that Christians do. We feel like we have to solve it by prayer. We have to work also. And your work was to not vote for him.
So you guys weigh in the comments. Are you all shocked by Tina's admission that she voted for Donald Trump?
All right, so did y'all see things between Tyrese and ex-wife just got uglier? You can recall a previous segment when we spoke about the tensions rising between Tyrese and his ex-wife Norma. Tyrese took to Instagram and posted a photo of the three with a comment suggesting that Norma was only hurt because he married another woman. So the question is, do you think Norma is taking advantage of this situation with Tyrese? Is it fair for her to file a restraining order against Tyrese to prevent him from seeing his daughter? What is your take on this?
I mean, how many times is she gonna be jealous of him being with another woman? Like, he keeps using that as a reason. I don't know.
I feel like he's a father. He should be able to see his child on the ground because that's where he loves making his statements to everybody. If this is happening, I don't want to call the child a liar. And even though I'm not here for Tyrese, I just don't want to believe something like that is happening to his own, like he would do something like that to his own daughter. So, I don't know.
Didn't the mom say that he was diagnosed with like bipolar or something like that? Like he's losing it?
Yeah, I need to see it, yes.
You need to see it in writing?
I need to see a little prescription or something, a little script, no?
He shows it every day on Twitter and Instagram.
And it's been getting worse, like throughout the years.
Like since 2008, I say this go back on the playlist of Did Y'all See? I've been saying since 2008, and when he logged in and signed up for his Twitter account, Tyrese was #1, but now he down here because like his logic and how he rationalizes, he's like on some hotep type thing. Like it's like black women never do anything right enough. And
okay, if he did beat the daughter, should a parent be separated from a child permanently? There are ways around that. I think every child, if the father or mother, whoever it may be, deserves to be a part of the child's life. And they owe it to that child. Like, it's not the child's fault.
maybe supervised.
Supervised. There are ways around it. You don't just snatch the child and get a restraining order and call it a day.
I believe the daughter, like she knows that she's coherent of what's going on. The restraining order was granted, so it has to be true to the statements what the court saw.
No, as I've learned about restraining orders, it doesn't have to be any truth. You could just, they get restrained, they get granted all the time with no like actual documentation.
No photos.
Well, if it was my child and she said that she was afraid to see her dad, I wouldn't put her in that environment.
But did she say that?
I don't know.
Or is the mother jealous?
You think she's jealous?
I don't know these people, y'all. I've never even seen her before. I'm just wondering, like, they have to do the investigation because there was an accusation made. So they have to follow up. A restraining order, there are things that they have to do just because they're mandated to do it. Let that man see his daughter supervised on his medicine.
Someone needs to supervise
off Instagram with this.
Yeah, someone
all
needs
I
to
want you to
supervise his Instagram account because he is exhausting. So how do you feel about Tyrese Ty? Do you feel like he is maybe suffering from some type of mental illness? And do you feel like Norma is using his child to like get back at him for revenge for him marrying his black wife? We want to know. Put it in the comments. Now you ladies already know the deal. When we see #BlackGirlMagic, we must take the time to bask in that. So this week we are highlighting WNBA star MadameNoire for her unselfish mindset and willingness to share the spotlight with fellow WNBA teammate Sylvia Fowles, proving that Black women are the biggest supporters of each other. So, hashtag we see you. We see you.
Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Did Y'all See? Make sure to keep the conversation going. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, like, comment, share, and don't forget to keep your head up or you'll drop your crown. See you guys next week.